Okay, the last few years, there's been empty seats. The TV rating wasn't very good last year. If you didn't like today's Indianapolis 500, then you ought to quit watching TV or quit paying attention to auto racing, because that was one of the greatest finishes you'll ever see. Yeah, we had a red flag with 9 laps to go. Yeah, that was a little bit NASCAR-ish, but who cares? The 220,000 people that were here loved the call, and the final 4 laps of this race were as good as you're ever going to see. They traded the lead. That would be our winner, Ryan Hunter-Reay, and 3-time winner, Helio Castroneves, traded the lead 4 times in 4 laps, including Ryan Hunter-Reay's pass on the grass, a.k.a. Lloyd Ruby. R.I.P. Lloyd. You were proud of that boy for that pass. Ryan Hunter-Reay passes Helio Castroneves on the outside, starting the last lap, and holds him off to win his very first Indy 500. And I'm not sure I've heard a noise like that since Danica Patrick led this race. An American wins the biggest race of the year. Did we think Andretti Racing was going to be good before the race started? Yeah, we thought Marco Andretti was going to be tough, and we thought James Hinchcliffe, who started in the middle of the front row, was going to be tough. Carlos Munoz finished second last year. He's been fast all month. Maybe the sleeper in the whole deal was Ryan Hunter-Reay, but I saw Dario Franchitti this morning, and he said, keep your eye on Ryan Hunter-Reay. He's the fastest guy in the Andretti team, and he's going to be up in the front at the end of the race. Good call by Dario. But let's look at the other guy in this team, Kurt Busch. NASCAR regular, former champion. His very first IndyCar oval race is the Indy 500, and the guy finishes 6th. Hell of a job he did. Another day that was close but no cigar for the Andretti family. Marco finishes 3rd. He was right there all day. You're thinking, man, he might have something at the end, but he couldn't quite get by Castroneves the last couple laps. Munoz steady again in the top 5. So not a lot of people make money during the month of May, especially at the end of the day when you're counting up your losses and your tire bill. But I think Andretti Racing was pretty happy today. DHL has been Ryan Hunter-Reay's full-time sponsor for 2 years. The CEO and all those people here today, I think they might be re-upping with that boy. For a long time today, it looked like pole sitter Ed Carpenter might win the race. James Hinchcliffe was strong. Well, they got together as Hinch tried to make it 3 wide going into 1. They pile drove the wall. Thankfully, they weren't hurt, but the feelings were hurt. Ed Carpenter had a great chance to win this race again. Didn't pull it off. Hinch battled back from his concussion. What was going to be the greatest story of the race was my NBC mate, Townsend Bell. Started 24th, stormed all the way to 2nd. Looked like he might have a chance to win this race. Guy making 1 start a year, a part-timer, but the guy always goes good here at Indy. He had something break and took him out of a great run and smacked the wall, brought out the last 9-lap drama when they red flagged the race. But Bell did a hell of a job for KV Racing. Jimmy Vasser ought to be glad they had that guy on the payroll. Obviously, rookies, we talked about them all month. Jack Hawksworth had a great run going in the Grand Prix. He's been impressive all year. He soldiered around and ran all day. Kurt Busch is going to be a rookie of the year. He did a hell of a job. We already talked about him. Mikhail Aleshin, he was fast all month, but just didn't get it together today. I'm not sure. I think he had a couple problems in the pits. If it hadn't been for Kurt Busch, the rookie of the year would have been Sage Karam. The Nazareth, Pennsylvania grad and Indy Lights champ started 31st, finished 9th, and did one hell of a job. Got up among the top 5 or 6 there for a while, and I think he had 1 long pit stop that set him back. He stormed right back through traffic. This kid's got a hell of a future if Chip Ganassi steps up. There might be some open seats there in a couple of years. I think this kid might earn one of those rides today. All right, there were still empty seats, but it was the best crowd we've seen in the last 3 or 4 years, and I got news for you. Everybody that was here today that applauded that red flag that Bo Barfield threw, tip of the hat to Bo Barfield for stopping the race and putting on a good show, they're going to probably buy a ticket, even though there's a small increase next year, and they'll be back to watch the Indy 500. But you can read about it this week. Marshall Pruitt's analysis, David Mouser, RACER.com, Marshall's photo gallery. We got some videos. Stay tuned. This is Robin Miller. Thanks for watching.